Why didn't you file a police report when he raped you?
Because I was scared for my life. He said he would use it. Everybody he knows, and he knows lots of police officers.
Stop. There's no way that she said that Shannon Sharpe used the, hey, I got some very important friends in very high places. You do not want to mess with me. I will ruin your life. I don't know. I'm not a victim blamer, but I do blame this victim wholeheartedly. I just don't see him saying some ish like that. Like, that sounds goofy. Now, in the wake of all this madness, of course, there's going to be another woman trying to Me Too Shannon Sharpe and contribute her own experiences to show to a judge a pattern of behavior and to just unjustly try to make a come up on an otherwise innocent man, a man that you were fully okay with the relationship dynamic as it was happening, but you did not like the outcome of it all, right? It not leading to anything serious or whatever. Anyways, let's look at this washed up Little Mermaid. Before we do so, go ahead and leave your boy a like, subscribe to my channel, and leave a comment down below. Appreciate you.
He had asked me to break up with my husband at the time. We were just dating. So I was dating Shannon and my husband at the same time. Shannon asked me to break up with my husband. And I don't recall for sure, but I think I did. And so, it's like, wait a minute, you want me to be with just you, but you want to move somebody into your house and not even tell me? So that's what it stemmed from. He's not a faithful person, so I wasn't going to be faithful to a non-faithful person. It just doesn't work that way. Not for me anyway.
Whoa. No, she did not just say that. No, did she not? Did she really just say that she's not going to be faithful to an unfaithful person? Meanwhile, in her same breath, she cheated on her husband with Shannon Sharpe. Are you kidding me? You yourself are an unfaithful person, and she's trying to take the moral high ground and be like, I can't believe he would even dare ask me to break up, divorce my husband, and then want me to exclusively only see him, only for him to allegedly have a girl already living at his place. I already don't believe a word that's coming out of her mouth. I don't care. I'm having trouble figuring out how these two even got sexually involved with each other. Like, how did you even meet? Because I know this wouldn't be I know this wouldn't be Shannon Sharpe's first choice. I know this wouldn't be anybody's first choice, right? And she looks like a low budget Little Mermaid that was filmed decades ago, but it never got put into theaters. They just abandoned it. They just abandoned the whole project because Little Mermaid, she was an alcoholic. She was an alcoholic, but she was under contract, so they couldn't fire her. They were stuck with her. This is years later.
Can you tell us just broadly, I know it's probably painful to relive this situation, but can you tell us generally what happened that day?
It was fighting, and usually we fought on the phone and not in person. So it was the biggest argument that we ever got in. And he was controlling, he was domineering, he was manhandling me beforehand, and he wanted to have sex, and I told him no. I told him no, because you gave it to somebody else. I didn't only tell him no, I told him why. And he wouldn't take no for an answer. So he overpowered me, put me to my knees, put his penis in my mouth. And after he got enough of that, he put me on the bed. And, this was all a struggle.
I'm going to ask something that might be a little like
Okay. Let's relax. First of all, let's really absorb what she just said. She said that they had an argument over the phone, right? Prior to that, the relationship was domineering and manhandling, which women, I would argue, most women like a domineering and assertive and masculine guy who just grabs them and puts them in places and puts them up and puts them down. I would argue most women like that. Okay, maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm misogynist, and because I think like that, I will never find love. Who cares? Who cares about my life? Miss, when he met you, you had a husband, but did that stop you from sleeping with him? No. And I bet you were still messing around with the husband around the time. Okay? I don't care what the state of your relationship was with your husband till death do you part. Dude, you cheated on your husband multiple times. And all of a sudden you meet him, Shannon Sharpe. You meet some fling, some hot fling, and you go, you know what? This is the perfect time for me to just destroy my whole relationship, my whole marriage. That's insane for her to be on a high horse and go, wow, you slept with someone else. It's just so stupid. This is just so stupid. I hope it never got into the realm of non-consensual booty clapping. I hope it didn't get into that realm. But you're not a nice person. You have not been doing nice things. And then when the shoe is on the other foot, fellas, this goes to show you, like, I know, like, some, like, mentally unstable women are like easy licks. You shouldn't do it. Don't do it. Because they're not thinking. She's not thinking about all the hood rat ish that she did prior to that moment. All she's focused on is what you're doing in this moment. And now, right now, currently, you look like the bad guy. Not only that, but you're going to make her look like a bad guy because you were the determining factor into her blowing up her own marriage and appearing as a bad person. So she's dependent on things working out with you because she decided to blow up her old life. Women are so stupid. At least this one is. No, I'm sorry. I'm working on it. I'm not a misogynist, guys. I love my mom. Okay. All right. I got me a girl. All right. Relax. She says that he forced her to get on her knees and hit her with that vacuum cleaner 3000. What kind of forcefully leg spreading individual would want to begin this non-consensual engagement by putting his most precious appendage in such a compromising position that could easily just get bitten off? That doesn't sound right to me. You could only, and I hope they bring this up in court if it ever actually gets there, because I think it's hilarious. I think it's a very voluntary act to want to give a dude a blowjob. Am I right or am I wrong? What kind of grapeist? Who starts with that? That's not a thing. You see all these stories, cases, true crimes. They beat them, then they do what they got to do, and then they kill them. Right? There is no. It doesn't get to that point. What would have been more believable was if he like coerced her and like whispered sweet nothings to her ear. A woman's favorite word to one of two favorite words to say to to categorize a guy a manipulative or a narcissist, right? If she chose manipulative and said that, you know, he was all these sweet things, but I knew it was going anywhere. So he played with my emotions and got me down on my knees, and you know, he made me feel like this is something that I wanted to do. That I could understand. But we're not gonna do this. We're not gonna do this. We're not going to do this right now, okay? Because you clearly um have no moral conscience because you did cheat on your husband, and now you depend on him for and his loyalty. Stop.
Sensitive or might sound insensitive, I should say. But I'm going to go ahead and ask it because it's a question that I'm sure people are wondering. Why didn't you file a police report when he raped you?
Because I was scared for my life. He said he would use it. Everybody he knows, and he knows lots of police officers. So I didn't know that if I went down there, that would be one of the people that he knows. He had asked me to break up with my husband at the time we were dating. So I was dating Shannon and my husband at the same time.
Okay, no, stop. There's no way that she said that Shannon Sharpe used the, hey, I got some very important friends in very high places. You do not want to mess with me. I will ruin your life. And one of these places is the Atlantic PD. And I just don't think, I don't know. I'm not a victim blamer, but I do blame this victim wholeheartedly. I just don't see him saying some ish like that. Like, that sounds goofy. And she's like filling up little gaps with things that would make sense or things that would just make him look bad. She's filling up these gaps. She's replacing the gaps that were consensual with everything other than that. For him to put himself in a situation like this, I just don't believe it to this extent. Now, he is foolish. Fellas, he is foolish for not doing, you know, proper background checks, you know, not doing proper vetting, just having sex with whoever's available. Fellas, you will get to the point, and I hope you do get to the point where you just have an abundant of choices of women to choose from, to hang out with, kick it with, you know, sleep with, whatever you want to do. It's your choice, your body, your rules, fellas. Hey, I hope you get to the point where you just have an abundance of options, right? And I hope you then develop the discipline to not always act on these options who make their, you know, her sweet yams available to you all the times. Things are good in moderation, okay, moderation, but don't like lose yourself in the process. Even when you do have a sustainable schedule, don't lose yourself. Have some dick discipline and stay away from these, you know, these bum looking Little Mermaid fangirls.